Prospecting is critical when it comes to the survival of any business. And when it comes to cold calling, you have to get your head in the game if you want to see success. Whether you're a business owner, a business development rep, a fundraiser, or any form of sales professional, cold calling is the ultimate test of the three rights. Having the right attitude, focusing on the right things, and persevering until you get it right. It's important to know that cold calling is just as much of a mind game as it is a skills game. Remember, essence before structure. That's why in this session, we're going to start with the mindset needed to survive this important yet challenging prospecting method. To get yourself in the right mindset, you need to keep three concepts front and center: expectations, micro goal setting, and momentum. Let's start with expectations. It's important to know that nobody scores 100% when it comes to cold calling. In fact, that is never the goal of cold calling. Let's put it this way. If you had a list of customers that were waiting on your call in order to schedule an appointment or to buy from you, there would be a tremendous business model flaw that would need to be addressed. It would mean that your company did not hire enough order takers to handle the demand for your solution. It's a good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless. By definition, prospect means to search for. In fact, during the gold rush, prospecting for gold through experimental drilling was the method that made so many people rich. That means you need to be prepared to hear no over the phone, or even get hung up on many more times than you'll hear a yes. Oh, and that's if you do get a chance to actually speak to someone over the phone. Many times, you're going to be getting voicemails. So before you start, make sure you know what the expectations are for your industry and for your market. If you're making 100 calls a day from a specific list, it's likely that half or even more are going to go to voicemail. In the less than half of the calls you make where you'll actually have the opportunity to speak with someone, a fraction of those will actually result in an opportunity to have a valuable conversation, and even fewer of those will result in a win. But that's okay. Every one appointment scheduled or one more sale closed is one more than you had before. Of course, it is important to note that as you make more and more cold calls, you must learn and adapt from every opportunity so you become better and always improve. And here's the best part. It's very likely that you've actually done this before. Think of a time when you were at the store looking for the right clothes at the right price, or way back when you were a kid and looking for bugs outside. When you couldn't find the bug you were looking for, you didn't give up, you kept looking. Then when you realized they were commonly found in certain places, you turned your attention there. And even though there was a chance you wouldn't find what you were looking for under every rock, you kept looking until you did find it. And that brings us to our second point, micro goal setting. In most sales roles, you'll be given your goals for the month, the quarter, or even the year. Those time-bound goals are important and very helpful as they provide a clear definition of what success looks like in your role. Once you have that clear definition of success, it's up to you to break your goals down into micro goals. Setting micro goals is a tactic used by powerhouses in virtually every role, from sales professionals to professional athletes to Navy SEALs. Why is micro goal setting so important? Let's say your monthly goal is 40 appointments. If you look at 40 as your number the first day of the month, after getting hung up on 50 times, or worse, getting 50 voicemails in a day, getting 40 appointments seems insurmountable. However, if you set micro goals for yourself, you'll realize that achieving those micro goals is well within your reach. Here's how to implement micro goal setting for cold calls. 40 appointments a month breaks down to about 10 appointments per week, and you can break that number down further to 2 appointments per day. If you have access to averages within your company for specific types of cold call lists, then you can do the math from there. Accumulating averages is one of the many reasons why keeping your CRM up to date is so important. If you don't have averages yet, then you'll have to make some educated guesses. For this example, let's say you know that on average, it takes about 40 calls to schedule one appointment. That means you'll need to complete 40 calls before lunch and 40 calls again after lunch in order to have the best chance of scheduling an average of 2 appointments per day. Having aggressive yet realistic micro goals can help you stay focused and can even make cold calling fun. Cold calling fun. Yes, I said make cold calling fun. Which brings us to our third point, momentum. As you begin to make progress towards your micro goals and recognizing those small wins, it's important to keep it fun. Make a game out of it. You see, turning cold calling into a game helps you approach it with the right mindset. That means you'll have the right attitude, which allows you to start to focus on the right things, like how to improve and what adjustments you can make to get even better results. And then, of course, seeing improvements gives you the energy to persevere. Oh, and when you schedule an appointment, that's not the time to take a break. That's the time to keep going and capitalize on that momentum. It's important to remember the solution that you're selling really is valuable and can make people's lives better. If you don't call them, they may never have that chance to experience the improvements that your solution offers. In fact, before you actually start your cold calling, take a minute to get in contact with a client that you know is really happy with everything your company has provided. Maybe you watch a client testimonial video or even read just a recent thank you email from a client. Taking a moment to recognize the good that your solution has provided to clients helps you build your conviction and also helps you remember that your prospects need you just as much as you need them. I know, I'm ready to get on the phone right now and start cold calling. Let's get to the next session and put together our formula for making the best cold calls. And if you need another reminder of how hard work and perseverance pays off, let's check out this montage video one more time.